Hello everyone. Do let me know if the fan behind me is a little too loud. Um, it is Florida, it is hot, and this is kind of how it is. So, actually, give me just 1 second. I apologize. Sorry about that. Been a little kind of like running around with a chicken without a head, which is kind of creepy if you really think about it. Okay, so welcome. And this is Exit 8. I'll explain what that all means in a little bit. If you haven't seen this game yet, I picked it up the other day. It's pretty good, done by a Japanese, either an independent developer or an independent studio. I don't remember which, but either way, it's a good game. It's a horror game. So there will be lots of jump scares and lots of things that are really extremely creepy. So basically, with the whole game takes place in this concourse. You are walking in one direction unless, you see something weird and you turn around. But the whole thing, you keep seeing that. The whole thing, especially with this guy, we'll just get a good look at this guy as he walks by us. You'll notice no socks, button-up shirt. He never looks up. Normally he doesn't look up. He doesn't smile, doesn't do anything. And carrying the same bag, and he'll turn the corner at the same pace. Everything. Okay. This game is all about anomalies and your observations. Now, you're not really supposed to stop, but as long as you don't stop and make it a habit, it's not a big deal. But there's these 6 posters on the wall. You will kind of get used to them because you're going to see them every time. Well, usually. 3 doors, 2 vents, that panel, all these lights and everything, and that little poster right there. Security camera in operation. Yep, we know. But you have to pay attention to everything. No smoking. I don't smoke, so that doesn't matter. And keep left. Okay. Now, these are the big signs. Exit number one is what we're coming up to. However, before we get to that, these are basically the rules of the game. Don't overlook any anomalies. If you find any anomalies, turn back immediately. If you don't find anomalies, do not turn back. You keep going. And all of that is you go out from exit 8. You have to get through 0 through 7, and then 8 will have an actual exit. But this number is telling you which kind of level that you're walking into. So the last one actually said 0, but and your observations need to be to everything, even the patterns on the floor. Really, it's just tile and this yellow strip. Now, as much as I've seen these posters, you don't really notice a lot of changes. You don't have to get super specific on them. I mean, specific, yeah, but not like super specific. I mean, they're not gonna like change like the way a word is spelled or something like that. It's not that big. Okay. Excuse me, just turning everything up, just so that I can hear stuff. I'm a little hearing impaired, so I do need to crank up my headphones if I have to. I believe there is actually an achievement for finding all the anomalies. I think that there is. I've only been through the game once, and it took me 2 hours to finally get to the exit and noticing everything. It's a little frustrating when everything resets because you missed something. I think that there is an achievement for getting all the anomalies, but like this sign that's directly ahead of us, it says, you know, this. I got this when I beat the game the other day. There are 27 anomalies that have not been found. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation. Basically, yeah, you found Exit 8, but you're back. Keep looking! There could be. I'm not really sure. But basically, this one, it's just a hallway simulator. That's all it is. You're basically just walking down this hallway. I have yet to see any anomalies, which is not terribly weird because I didn't see any for probably a good 5 minutes the first time I was playing. And the guide never changes, so don't worry about that. The only thing on this that will change is just the number. But I was kind of, when I was playing this the first time, I was kind of just, you know, la 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 and going on, and you know, and then the water rushes in and kind of kills you, kind of knocks you off your feet, and then, you know, everything goes black and you just have to start over. But I was just kind of going, just kind of walking along, and like I was like getting really specific on everything. I was like trying to catch every little detail, so much that I can tell you exactly how many tile rows there are because I was like trying to check out that much detail. And do always look directly down the hall. That's an anomaly. So yeah, we are turning around. The lights went out. That was creepy. It does tell you to keep left, so do try to stay on the left side. But no, what I was saying was, yeah, and this guy is constantly walking around. He's part of the anomalies. Either something about him is different, his behavior, or something can be totally different. And he does get kind of creepy sometimes. But yeah, the lights are one thing. The lights can go out. You can start seeing lights in weird patterns. You can actually, sometimes one of them popped. Scared the crap out of me, but because I was right under it when it happened. But pay careful attention to the wall at the end of the hall, this hall, because if you start missing anomalies, things at the end of the hall start looking really, really weird. and you start noticing weird stuff as that guy turns the corner. Ooh, we're up to 5. Always when you get up to 4 and 5, things start happening that are really, really weird. You start getting really, really weird anomalies. This will always say 8 Dental Clinic, 8/8 open. Yeah. That is, if it's that poster like it's supposed to be. And I missed something because everything reset. That sucks. Okay, yeah, we're turning around. Sometimes you get noises like that. Oh, yeah, it's very creepy. It gets worse. Just wait until things start happening, not only with that wall, like I was saying, but also with this guy. Like I said, he's part of the game, and they use him as kind of an anomaly here and there. That's why I'm kind of trying to listen to his footsteps as they are supposed to be receding down the hall. Now, you can run through here. You just hold down, if you're playing on PlayStation 5, which I am, you hold down your circle button and you'll run, but if you run, you can totally miss stuff, so it's like, you don't want to do that. Okay, that's an anomaly. He's looking at me. Okay, we'll just like go up a little bit just to get ahead of him. One thing he will do, he will stop his normal procedure of doing things. He will stop because he is carrying a cell phone in his hand, and he'll stop and he will check his cell phone. So if you ever catch up to him, I think it's like 2 corners ahead. See, he's always looking down. He never is looking up. And if he ever is, especially if he's looking at you, no, that's an anomaly. Dang it. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you saw the stuff that's leaking out of the vent back there. That's an anomaly. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's kind of like somebody needs to be cleaning the vents. That guy can get extremely creepy. And they haven't even done half the stuff that he'll do. Crowd cosmetics. that. Yeah, I did read technically you are not supposed to turn around and look behind you. That is actually considered um, basically uh, going back in the other direction. Now you can stop a little bit, you know, if you need to look at something before it passes you, like that guy. But you're not supposed to turn around, like I just did a minute ago. Of course, yeah, it can be considered turning back, and of course the rules say don't do that. Okay, he's good. Okay, yep, door open. See, and I'll show you what it is that he does normally, because he's not the anomaly right at the moment. See, he'll stop and he'll look at his phone. But you just keep going, you'll get far enough ahead of him, and of course, his movement resets. Because there he is. I'm always looking at his feet trying to figure out if he's wearing socks or not. Because normally he's not. No socks, just kind of really weird shoes. It's kind of funny, this sign wasn't here until I beat the game. When I got to Exit 8 the other day. Okay. On we go. Yeah. I don't know if that number changes, because, I mean, this is the first time that I've ever actually had it up there. That sign. This sign, yeah, it's lets you know how many more levels you have if you actually do it right and don't miss anything. It'll tell you how many more levels you have to get through before you get to the exit. Mm-hmm. And we're walking. And we're walking. And we're walking some more. And you also got to pay attention to the speed at which he walks, because he walks the same speed normally. It doesn't change. And sometimes I'm trying to figure out whether those are my footsteps or his. Oh, that's creepy. He's smiling. I hate it when they do that. Huh. I did not notice that. And it's got one red. Yeah, because it's got just the one red light. Yeah, I don't know how accurate it is that you can't absolutely ever turn around, because one anomaly has him actually following you directly behind you. And you talk about creepy. That's like really, really be helpful if you could like hold up a mirror and look behind you. I know. That's okay. Some of the anomalies as you go on, they get kind of confusing. I am going to have to look that up, because I just don't know if that's exactly correct, or if I'm just assuming it's correct. Because then I have to wonder really what significance the big number is if it's not to tell you where the exit is coming up, which exit you're coming up to. So roughly translated which level you're on. Weird. I haven't noticed anything. And we're back to 0. It kind of is, because you don't know exactly how correct you are, or exactly. See, because I'm still at 1, still. And I've hit 0 a couple times without even really noticing anything, so you don't know for a while. And this happened to me the other night when I was doing this. I was going through levels, time and time again, and hadn't noticed anything, and still haven't noticed anything. In this game, you learn to be kind of observant as to the things in here. Of course, I mean, it gets kind of repetitive after a while, and because of that, you don't notice some things that you should, and you start, oh, hey, that's a little weird, and then you keep going. You're not even thinking about it, and then you just like, all of a sudden, you turn around. You're like, oh, I should have gone the other way, but I didn't. I was doing that because after you start getting up into the higher levels, like 4 and 5 and 6, this yellow line that's on the floor, those straight lines will change to this little round pattern, and it's like you barely even notice it because you're not looking for it. That's kind of why I've got the camera kind of down a little bit, because I'm like watching that to see if it changes. Yep. Okay. Thanks, lights. I can still hear the lights clicking. Up, lights. Yeah, nope. The lights were, at weird, odd angles on the ceiling. I don't know if you noticed that. That's why I turned around. Like, yeah, no. Oh, now they're back. trying to get my bottle of water open without spilling it everywhere. Game's gonna have to forgive me. I am getting all dehydrated. But for the doors, you gotta look at the doorknobs, because occasionally a doorknob will move to the middle of the door. That's one of the anomalies. It's really not that bad, because especially when you get onto the higher levels, it's actually pretty fun. Especially when you realize you start screwing up when you start hearing the water rushing, and then it's like you start hearing the noise, and of course the noise is an anomaly, so you turn around. I had it happen a couple of times, because I'm guessing I was missing stuff, and turning around when you start hearing the rush of the water, and sometimes not really knowing what that was, and then all of a sudden there's like a flood like taking you off your feet and stuff, and then everything goes to oh yeah, face, yeah, creepy guy. That's one thing that they do with him that is like, yeah, no, sorry, creepy. Creepy pixelated face guy. And no, that was not my internet and not my PlayStation. Oh, good, his face is back to normal. Yeah, that's creepy. Creepy. Yeah, but at least, he doesn't, get all monstrous on you and, get all violent and, try to beat you to death or eat you or anything like that. Because, you don't have any kind of weapons or anything like that in this game. When I was playing the other night, it took me about 2 hours to get through the whole game and get to Exit 8. I mean, so far I haven't seen any jump scares that I didn't see the other night. So, I mean, things are creepy. No, early, not yet. I only went through the game once, and the sign that I got said that there were still 27 remaining. And that's a lot of anomalies. Especially when I think I'm missing some here and there. Yeah. See the sign here? This is the sign that popped up. Oh, now it says they're 18. Hey, that changed. I think it. Well, I mean, that actually just proved that it updates during the game. The yellow sign, yeah, the yellow sign changes. The yellow sign changes every time you walk through. You know, unless you just like totally missed everything and you're still at level 0. Yeah, the big number on the yellow sign, it changes every time. The little sign just changed. That's the first time I've actually looked at it since I started this game. What'd I miss? 18 anomalies. See, at first, when we first started the game, it said there were 27. That's where I left off the other night after I actually got to Exit 8. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, okay. Posters are different. Turn around. Yeah, the posters are different. There was a different poster at the end. It's the first time I've seen that. See, there are 17 anomalies. They did just say 18. I found that one. Hey. Now, I was about to say, I had forgot the second poster right here. That little guy, his face changing is one anomaly because they will do this thing with his eyes where it's like all like black stuff like bleeding down his face and stuff. It's like really, really weird. You know, now I'm going to have to look at the sign every time I walk by here. Still 17. I didn't see anything. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's different. The yellow sign, the 8 and the arrow were on different sides, and the arrow was pointing down, not up. "16 anomalies." Yep. That's much better. It was just the opposite last time. Sorry. Went down the wrong way. Keep left. We'll have to keep left. What are we gonna do? I wonder if they're gonna do like any updates for this game to like add in any extra anomalies or anything. Because I mean, once you find them all, I mean, you'll get used to looking for them. Oh yeah, see that second poster, guy's face. Yeah. Yes, it would. Because otherwise you're going to be, you know, going along and going, yeah. You're going to be looking for exactly everything. Now suspecting. Because you're going to know every anomaly that is in the game. I mean, you may not remember them all. See, now he's back to normal. No, the first time I saw that, that second poster with the guy's face, I wasn't even thinking about it and just going along, and I was like all the way down the hall when I realized that, hey, whoa, hey, 7. 15, yeah. Okay. I was all the way down the hall, and then I realized, hey, that was door's missing. Yep. There were only 2 doors. Supposed to be 3. Oh, hey. Exit 8. Working around. Yep. Now, if I have truly found the exit, I remember from last night, not last night, the other night, then what it will be, there'll be a couple more turns, and then will be the exit. Aha! Hey, exit 8. Yay! Yay me! Yep. That is awfully bright. Yeah. Okay. All the credits, and all the people that work on the game. So I guess it's a studio. Yeah. Okay, that didn't take very long. Just kind of thinking I'd probably have to go a little longer. 14 anomalies. They're like, we are determined to keep you in here. You'll have to stay in here and walk these halls until you find them all. We don't care that you have a life and a family. We don't care that you haven't eaten all day, which I actually haven't. We don't care that you haven't eaten. We don't care. Even if you have to go to the bathroom, you'll still have... I will. I haven't really been all that hungry, and I really wasn't doing anything earlier. But, I mean, there are some anomalies that I haven't seen yet. Oh, well, see, hydrating. Hey, yeah, got that taken care of. Oh yeah, without any water or anything, I would just be like dying. Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they had this little voice come over a speaker saying, "You have not found them all. You must stay here. Walk. Walk, we say, walk." Or not. But just a little advice with this game. Something I can point out. There are 6 posters when you get in this hallway. You can memorize, they start with the demo poster and go all the way to the music, which actually costs 3,000 yen. I know because I've memorized it. Yes, actually there is. Because if you actually make it past the sign, yeah, that's another one. All those no smoking signs all over the place and on the floor. Yeah, I saw that one the other night. 13 anomalies, yay. Yeah, actually, the big yellow sign up there on the ceiling, Yeah, on the back of it, it's white, and um, oh, that door's open. That's what it says. It says concourse. It's got an arrow, and it's got some Japanese lettering. Oh. But there are 6 posters, plus the one at the end telling you that security cameras are in operation. The Devil Place BLS store, or BLC store. The Dog Grooming, which opened on December 19th, 2023, which was a Tuesday. I know because of that poster. Little Group, Cosmetic Makeup Art, and Move Fez. That's what it says. And there's that junction box. With the one red light, and only one red light. Okay. And you gotta watch for the doorknob moving. Sometimes the doors will open by themselves, which is creepy, especially when you're walking by them. Banging on the door is another little creepy over there, excuse me. Oh, now what did I miss? That's the water. What did I miss? Yeah. Supposedly I'm missing something because it's resetting everything. 12 anomalies, thank you. Hate it when that happens. Because now we're starting. Because once you hear the water, you're kind of screwed. I mean, you could just like stand there and let it kill you. Oh no, I've tried. One thing they will do, sometimes that very last poster, oh, creepy guy, and he's right behind me. He won't do anything. That's not the point. That is creepy. Yeah. He'll stop in this hallway. Yeah, he'll stop and look at his phone. Creepy. It's even creepier that he's right there. I mean, they can make like a Twilight Zone episode out of this or something. Or she'd be like, well, I mean, you hear his footsteps like right up behind you, and like you can hear your own, and then you hear his, and it's like you're hearing 4 footsteps every time you take a step. 11 of those. Yeah, the first time that happened, it scared the shit out of me. I about fell off the bed. But as I was saying, sometimes that very last poster right there, they will change it to be something completely different. And it's like you're not even thinking about it until you get right up next to it, and it's just like totally not that picture of that girl that, not the one with the eyes, the one before it, the big poster, the one with the girl that looks like Miley Cyrus. This one. Yeah, this one so far I haven't seen that one change ever. But no, they'll completely change it. And then sometimes all 6 pictures will be different. Not like all of them a different picture, but they'll all be the same picture, and it's not supposed to be like that. And that door, sometimes, that's the one where the doorknob will move to the middle of the door. With casual anomaly, they like to slip in. Surprised they haven't done anything with the wall at the end of the hallway yet. This wall directly in front of me. But it's like, as soon as you turn the corner, you notice it. Even when the guy's like walking, into view, you like see stuff on that wall. Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. That was an anomaly. Don't even have to make it around the corner. Big yellow light. Never seen that before. 10. Yay. Yeah, I do hope that they do some kind of update that they can add some anomalies in. Yeah, when I was first playing this the other night, it was just like, I have memorized so many details in this hallway. It's like I can tell you almost what's on every single poster without looking. Yeah, like I said, they will, make them all the same. They sometimes they've changed the first one, and then left the other five. They've changed the last one and left the other five before it. They've made the last one disappear so that there's only five. But as of yet, I haven't actually seen them do anything with a lot of, as in like the words and stuff that are on the posters. I haven't seen them change them. They just completely changed the poster itself. And they have changed all 6 of them to be the poster. That right there. They made every poster that one. The sign hanging from the roof, the yellow exit 8 sign, yeah, they do change that one once, as far as I've noticed. On the back, well, you hardly ever see it on the back. As long as you know what it's supposed to say, it just says concourse and it's got an arrow. But they will change the arrow, and that's an anomaly. Yeah. That's what I was talking about earlier. This yellow line, they will change those, yeah. They'll change those straight line tiles right there, and there'll be that little round pattern, whatever that was. Didn't want to stand there and look at it too much. But yeah, they will change that. The arrow and the 8 will move around. There are 9 anomalies. Yes, we can count. I know a couple of them off the top of my head, but I haven't seen them yet. No, early bird, you're fine. No, I don't mind you asking questions. I mean, like I said, I've only, well, technically, since we just beat the game 5-10 minutes ago, beaten it twice now. But it's kind of like they won't let you technically out until you find everything. See, now it says there are 9 anomalies. I got that sign when I beat it the first time, and after I beat it the first time, it said 27. So we've gotten it down to 9 now. It's like, as you walk through here, you will become intimately familiar with everything. That's true. No, I welcome you guys' questions. You guys can ask as many questions as you like. Just yeah. No, yeah. I mean, you guys are fine. You're not bothering me a bit. And like I was saying earlier, you got to watch this guy when he comes around the corner because they use him as a lot of anomalies, actually. And you do have to listen because you have to listen for weird sounds and you have to listen for his footsteps. And you have to be able to differentiate them from yours. Because you don't want to turn around unless you absolutely have to. Now, just a little bit of advice. This will move forward just a little bit sometimes. It will move forward so that... Let this guy get away. It will move forward so that both of the vents are in front of it. You know, this side of it. The place it's supposed to be every time is between those two vents. Have you ever turned the corner and there's only one vent or there are no vents? That's an anomaly. Okay. We are turning around. I couldn't tell if that was just darkness at the end of the hall or if that was a set of stairs. Could have been either one. See, there are 8 anomalies. That was an anomaly. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be there. See, it's supposed to be a wall, just like that. It did. Oh, yeah. As you see the set of stairs when you actually beat the game and you get to exit 8, that it might be. But you wouldn't have had anywhere to go when you got there. Yeah, when you actually get to exit 8 and you've gotten through the levels to actually get out, it'll bring you to a set of stairs. You walk up the stairs and like the sun will blind you and you will see all of the credits of all the people who worked on the game, yada yada yada, and then it will start you over again in front of that one sign. And then it's basically like right up here. It's like, yeah, you were successful, but you didn't find them all. And we're not letting you out. It's like this is the underground concourse from hell. Okay. Okay. Now, the guy, when he turns a corner sometimes, one anomaly he will do, he will jog, and it's creepy because it's like, no jogging. One time he did it, it was like, no. But no, when I was talking about the creepy thing with the wall down here, when you're back at the other end, sometimes there is the shape of a person that's like, but they're like made of the tiles. and it's like them standing against the wall, and you see them there even as the guy turns the corner, and it's like right there in the middle. But I haven't seen that yet so far. I saw it the other day, but haven't seen it so far yet tonight. And there is one point you will turn that corner to where the guy is supposed to, come this corner. You'll turn this corner, there will be two guys in suits standing right there in the middle of the hall. And it's like, no. I mean, you'd think that they would put like fast food or something down here. Of course, then there'd have to be other people. It's like you could like die of hunger going. And no, I'm actually not saying that because I'm hungry. Because I'm actually not. I just thought about that just as soon as I said it. I'm not really hungry. Not really why I'm saying it. Oh yeah, you're stuck in the eternal walkway. Yeah. No, there used to be, in Oklahoma City before the bombing, there used to be a concourse that was kind of like this, except that, I mean, it was carpeted. Why they carpeted it, I don't know, because there was like so much foot traffic. But most of it, from what I can remember, was carpeted, and there was like all kinds of, there was like a McDonald's down there, and there was like, thinking there was like a coffee shop, like a Winchell's or a Dunkin' Donuts. I don't remember which. But it was after the federal building was bombed in '95. All of that, it all kind of caved in and stuff. I can't go back because what did you think you see? I have a bad habit of reminiscing and then I miss stuff. Well, that would definitely be new. I think that's how they always look. Oh, I'll have to watch that one. It could have been. Just unfortunately, if you're going along and you think you saw something, you just have to keep going. Yeah. There's no by the rules. If you turn around and there's actually not an anomaly, then it's also like a violation of the rules. It's like missing an anomaly, kind of along that same way. I actually did that the first time. 8, yeah, still says 8. I actually did that the first time that I played this the other night and got kind of washed out after that. It was like, yeah, can't do that. Because the rules specifically say If you don't see any anomalies, you keep going. Yeah, if you don't find anomalies, do not turn back. I mean, this does get a little tedious because you're walking and you're walking and you're walking and you're walking. It does get a little tedious and repetitive, and it's like, oh my god, can I just get out of here? But no, I'm actually picked up the game for $4 off of the PlayStation Store the other night. It's like I saw it in the deals, and I was like, hey. Okay, game. I know there's only 8 anomalies left, but oh. Yeah, the PlayStation Store, it was only for $4. $3.99. Like the first time that I played this the other night, it was just like I was getting like all the really scary things that were like popping up, and like when I was talking about that the silhouette that you could see at the end of the hall when the guy turns the corner and stuff. It's even though he turns the corner and he's walking toward you, you can still see the silhouette, and like it's made of the tiles at the end of the hall. There's also a time where the same kind of silhouette. Oh, crap. I missed something. Well, let's see if we can outrun it. Hey, that actually worked. I tried this the other night and got like washed out. Okay. There are 7 anomalies. Yay! Yes, yes. Thank you for suggesting that again, because I tried it the other night when I was playing by myself, and of course it was like, nope, sorry, you're gonna die. And he is extremely tall. Oh no, no. That's creepy. Yeah, that's another one of the anomalies that they use with that guy. He grows. He gets taller. Now there are 6 anomalies. And see, this is the guy at normal size. His head doesn't get up above the top of the doors. He's about your height. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't shrink as far as I've seen, but he does get big. I mean, so far the things that I've seen them do with him, there's the jogging, him getting tall, the smiling. He'll look at you as he's walking, like his face would be like turned toward you, and you can tell he's looking like directly at you. There's also, they'll do that pixelation thing with his face where it looks like somebody took like a magic eraser and just like rubbed his face, and that looks really bizarre. And then he'll do the thing where he turns after he passes you. He'll turn around and like be like shadowing you literally right behind you. I mean, you saw it. They don't really censor it. It's just like it's like overly pixelated. Like it's somebody just like took something and just like it's like, ugh. And it's like got like some kind of weird light effect on it. Like I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. Because like when I saw it earlier, I was just like, nope. It's like immediately I was like, I am turning around. But other than that, that's about all that he actually does that I've noticed. I mean, there may be a couple other things that they do with him that they haven't put in my game yet. Because with him, I would have noticed weird stuff. Because he always walks the same pace, unless he's jogging. He's always carrying that same bag, and he's always got a cell phone in his other hand. And if you notice, no socks. No socks, the light blue shirt, and the dark pants, and the really kind of shoes. Like, I wouldn't wear those. Of course, I only have one pair of tennis shoes, so it doesn't really say much for me. I mean, literally, I have one pair of shoes. Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, don't focus so much on the details on the posters because you'll start second guessing yourself and thinking you're seeing anomalies when you actually won't. Because like those marks and the times and everything on the bottom of that poster, they never change. And at one point I thought they were. And I think that's kind of what screwed me up a couple of times. I was like, oh no, those circles and lines weren't like that. And actually they are. They're like that every time. starting to wonder if some of these are so subtle that I'm just missing them. It only says there are only 6 left. Well, the number up there will change just about every time that you come through here. And see, it says there are 6 anomalies that have not been found. Every time I find one and turn around, that the number goes down. But I haven't seen one in a while. I'm starting to wonder. Yeah, that's an anomaly. Those eyes were moving. Yep, that was creepy. Okay, creepy. And it's even creepier that you are this slow. It was moving. It was. See, now there are 5 anomalies that have not been found. Yep, that was one of them. It was probably moving when you saw it before, and I missed it. Because you thought you saw it moving, and it just had like totally whooshed over my head, and I didn't notice it at all. I'm glad you said something, because it would have never occurred to me to stop and look. Oh, and there is one thing with the floor that when you get in that main hallway with the posters, when you turn, you can look down the hall, and on either side of this yellow line there will be like little designs on the floor. No, the doors just have Japanese. It's those Japanese characters, and that's it. Would be nice if they did, but they don't. They probably didn't want it to be like, and that usually only has the 3 characters on the control panel right there. But as far as I know, it's just the same. I'm not, don't speak Japanese, although I wish I could learn. But as far as I know, it's like the same thing in Japanese every time. Other than the fact that they are either there or they're not there, or anything like that, the black ooze leaking out of the one of them. That's like the only other thing that I've seen. And and that happened early on. They'll always be on either side of that door, and the yellow 8 sign up there will be in between them. And always pay attention to his face, the little cartoon guy on the poster, because that's the one thing about that poster that will change. But it's already happened once, so I guess I can stop looking for it. Hey. Oh, it's 1. I thought it was 7. I was like, hey, we're up to 7. But no. No, this is like the Baton Death March. They're just like, you will find the last 5 anomalies before you get out of here. I don't know where that voice is coming from. It's just like, yeah, okay. That's kind of how they are sounding in my head. Okay, give me just like 1 second because I have to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. And occasionally you will see on a playthrough the yellow 8 sign that hangs from the ceiling. One anomaly that they did connected with that is that it won't be yellow, it'll be white. Just like it is on the back, except it'll say the same thing. Swinging the doorknobs. There we are. Much better. Still just 5. Okay, I've never noticed that before, but then again, I'm not really paying much attention to the ceiling. I mean, I'm just gonna say that was not an anomaly and keep going because I don't think it was. I think it's just my brain just looking for stuff that I've never seen before. It looked like that there was like this, and no, it's not there. Great. Kind of looked like there was like this kind of smudgy kind of pattern on the ceiling that was kind of like a face. Now, I don't know if that was actually a face or if it was just me, probably just me. Well, I was going along and I happened to look up in this hallway. It's a little ways back. But I just happened to look up and it looked like there was a face on the ceiling that was kind of like made of like smudges and stuff. But I mean, it could have just been, the resolution of my TV. Could have been, you know, my crazy brain just kind of, looking for things and thinking, oh, hey, that's something weird. But I don't think it was because I mean now I don't see it at all, and I'm just kind of my brain's just kind of like maybe it just really wasn't anything. It's just kind of me. Which it probably was me. That's all right. Still says there are 5. Well, if there are 5 anomalies, then maybe you could like start putting them out here where I could see them. Got so used to playing Dark Souls 2 the last 10 streams that I've done. Just like, I'm expecting just to be like carrying a sword all through here and slashing things. I figured I'd do this as a little break. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Soulsborne games. But much time and effort as I've been putting into Dark Souls 2, need a little bit of a break. Okay, sorry everybody if this is getting a little boring. It is a little bit, just a little. I mean, I like the game. It's just like, I'm guessing when you're getting down to having so few anomalies, it's like they're not glaringly obvious or something. Okay, we still run. That's okay. I'm still going to look up and find out exactly what that number is supposed to mean. We apologize for any inconvenience. Yeah, I bet you do. Oh no, you're fine. Well, when I go through here, what I look for, what I'm watching, the posters on the left wall, always huge because there are certain things that will change with them if they change them. Um, Also, the doors on the right, always make note of the where uh, the doorknobs are because the doorknobs will move to the middle of the doors as an anomaly. And always make sure that the this circuit board here, brain wouldn't even come up with a word to call it something. The circuit board here, this big metal panel, you want to make sure that there's only one red light right in the middle, and it's got those two handles, green, the red, and the thing on. No, it changes while you're not in the hall. See, as soon as I turn the corner, now stuff could change. Not necessarily that it will, but it could. If the game's going to put an anomaly there, it'll only change when you're not in the hall. I mean, technically, you're not supposed to stop, what I understand. Oh, yeah. Um, because sometimes, um, one thing I have noticed, and I always check out this guy because he's a big anomaly all the time. Watch for this poster right here, this makeup art. A lot of times they will replicate it all 6 times. All 6 posters will be that poster. Or the first 5 will be what they're supposed to, and this one will be completely different. And, you know, what we've seen with this one, occasionally those eyes will move. Oh, and that is still creeping me out. And sometimes they will have posters that are missing. There'll just be a space. But the way the game wants you to do it, the moment you notice something, you know, even if it's like down at the other end of the hall, if you see it and you're sure it's an anomaly, turn around immediately. That's the way the game wants you to play it. And after you beat the game the first time, you'll have this. 5 anomalies that have not been found. Like I said, there's a couple things that'll go on with the floor, so always keep the floor in your line of sight. And tiles in the yellow will change. Pattern will change. Still be yellow. And sometimes there will be like little diamond or circular patterns on either side as you're walking down here. You'll notice it all of a sudden, and you just all of a sudden just turn around. You know, that guy, he just makes you want to just be like, hey, you know, how are you getting all the way back there? Like, are you like totally lost? I mean, it's just too bad you can't really talk to him, because you just want to just like stop him and go, hey, how are you doing that? The eternal commute, yeah. It's like, your feet must be so tired. And they got little security cameras up there. Those don't change, so you don't worry about those. If you're ever wondering, there's always both ends of the hall, and there's one right here in the middle up above on the ceiling, which I already walked past it a little bit. Really don't trust the game enough to back up a little bit and look. Yeah, that always says the same thing, from what I've noticed so far. Now, like I said, this side of the sign will change. The color will change, and the 8 and the arrow will swap places, and the arrow will actually point down instead of up. Come on, game. What are we doing here? It's like, I know this is supposed to be kind of like a horror game and everything, but so far, not really. Well, I mean, when the guy was like behind me, that was kind of scary. That freaked me out. But I've seen enough horror movies that a lot of this stuff doesn't faze me. But I have a feeling I may be missing stuff. Little tiny stuff that I'm so accustomed to that I'm just not seeing it. Dog Salon Zoo. Yeah. 12/19/23. Still the same. Everything's still the same. That is true. That's very true. And I do have to say that Japanese horror is so much better than American horror. Our horror over here in America, I'm sorry, we suck at it. We really do. I mean, okay, we've done some good horror, some. I mean, we have some classics that are awesome, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, like the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and until they started making sequels, and then it just really sucked. But Japanese horror is the bomb. Japanese horror totally puts our horror to shame. And then, I mean, Americans. Oh yeah, I agree with you. Because a lot of American horror, we tend to think that, that's what people want. They want, jump scares, to scare them out. And it's like, no, we really don't. I mean, it's like a lot of times the Americans, we will take a Japanese horror movie and we will remake it, the quote unquote American version. And I'm sorry, most of the time there have been very few that they have done that have not just sucked. Because a lot of Japanese horror does not translate well here. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're scared for a second and then it's gone, then you're like, okay. I mean, you have the exceptions, in American horror. Have I completed the game? Yes, twice. Um, but once you complete it the first time, you see this sign that's directly ahead of me. They give you this sign, and this becomes part of the game. Thank you for using the underground passageway. We apologize for any inconvenience that may cause, because you're never going home. There are 5 anomalies now have not been found. So basically, they want you to find everything. So after I beat it the first time, yeah. After I beat it the first time, I had 27 left. And in this game, of course, that's where I started. Started with 27, and now down to 5. And it's like what I was saying earlier. I'm kind of wondering if maybe they're getting so subtle with the anomalies that I'm missing them, which is a possibility. Oh, well, thank you. And seeing some of the ones that I saw when I played this myself the first time the other night, I've seen some of those here. So it's like they've repeated some of them. But it's like I've seen some that I didn't see before. So it's like, yeah, some of the ones. I'm guessing so. Because, yeah, some of them, that would be nice. Uh, some of them, yeah. Just some of the ones that I was telling you about. And you've seen the guy that walking guy that passes you. You saw him grow 2 feet taller, and his face thing and his smiling at you and looking at you as he's walking, stuff like that. I mean, those are ones that I was already familiar with. the black ooze coming from the vent, and the door opening by itself. Still looking for, some of the other ones. The poster changes. That's okay. I'm just saying, hey, there are other people watching here that, may not have, played the game and they're interested in it. We're talking about it. And that's what I thought. But yeah, they've recycled a couple of them, here in this playthrough. And like the tiles changing on the floor, and all the no smoking signs that were all over the wall and the floor. Well, I mean, all I'm asking for, hey, just be nice, because I'm still watching for the. Yeah. But with only 5 left that I haven't seen yet, it's like, I don't even know if they have kind of dropped some in, since, yeah, I mean, that happened earlier. You might have missed it because as soon as I turned the corner, I saw it, and it was like, I turned around immediately, and you might have missed it. Yeah. Yeah, I know there's still 5 that haven't been found, so I haven't found any yet. Yeah, I'm figuring it's got to be at a minimum, it's got to be at least 35 at a minimum. Because the first time that I beat the game, I had to go through 7 levels to get to level 8, to get to exit 8. And well, actually 34, technically, because I was left with 27, and you add the 7 that at a minimum I had to see 1 on every level to pass it. So 27 and 7 is 34. So that would be an absolute minimum of what there is. Yeah, we're missing the last 5. And we have been going in the same direction, walking, not seeing anything for quite a while. Yeah, because I think the last one that I can remember seeing was when he grew 2 feet, was like extremely tall. That was the last one that I can remember. Well, I don't normally get into sports games. That being said, I do have, I think, NHL 05. I do have that for PlayStation 2 because I bought it when it came out and I enjoyed it. But just don't really enjoy sports games enough, really, for it to, get me all excited. Yeah, I liked 05. I mean, it was enough that a lot of the graphics were really good. Um, God, at this point, I probably don't even really have a favorite player, unless I would consider, you know, Gretzky. And I don't even think he's playing anymore, is he? Because, I mean, when I lived in California, yeah, I went and watched the Sharks games and stuff, but even then it was expensive, and there 50 million people would show up for the games, and it was like, come on, California, you've already got all these pro teams. I mean, God, can you at least give me hockey? See, because I grew up in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma had nothing as far as pro teams. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They have the Thunder now, which, I mean, it's just like, really? It's almost kind of pathetic. But, yeah. Yeah, I used to like to watch Gretzky play and everything. And of course, my brother would always my brother was always like, "Don't you just get tired of watching, that game? I mean, all they're like pushing a little puck around the ice." And I was like, "Dude, you're a football fan. They're trying to get a little leather ball back and forth on a field. It's like practically the same thing." And I do apologize if I offend any football fans, but I don't get football. Never understood it. Especially when so many players, they end up um, with like serious injuries later. Top five video games? That is a good question. Um, I would have to say my favorite, which I am doing on here right now, probably, well, okay, not my favorite because, yeah, it's got its issues. Dark Souls 2, well, actually, I could say Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. They would probably tie for first or second. Because I beat Dark Souls 1 at launch without any kind of guides or anything, which was not easy. It took me 6 months. Because that was back when, nobody really knew about Souls games, and half the stuff you didn't really know what it was you were supposed to be doing. But I had beat Demon Souls when it came out. It had been out for a couple of weeks, and I noticed it, and I finally bought it, and took it home. Took me like 4 or 5 months to actually beat the thing. Frustrated. I actually rage quit a couple of times because there are mechanics in Demon Souls that Miyazaki did not bother to explain. The world tendency, if you know anything about Demon Souls, the world tendency, if you don't know what it is and how it works, it can ruin the entire game. And it did for me twice because I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand it. And when I finally did get some info on it, because somebody explained it to me, I was just like, okay. Because if you die in human form anywhere, except in the Nexus, you die in human form anywhere, it makes your game harder. And if you don't already know that, it sucks. Because I had every world of mine in pure black tendency, trying to get through the game. This is just, this back when it came out, I think. My brain is wanting to say 2009. I'm not sure if that's correct. Maybe. Anyway, neither here nor there. But it was like extremely difficult. I was sitting here trying to get through the game because I liked the game. Even then, I liked the game, but I finally, after rage quitting a couple of times, reset the game, did it again, and within a month or two was right back where I was the first time. And I think I kind of I put the game aside for a couple of weeks. And then one of my friends was like, how far have you gotten in that? And I was like, I kind of rage quit and kind of stopped and not really playing it right now. Why? And they're like, well, what's the problem? I was like, well, it got really hard. And then we got to talking about it because he was playing it at the same time that I was. And he was like, he's like, I think I know what your problem is. He's like, how about I come over and you can boot your game up and I can look at a couple things. And he's like, I think I know what your problem is. And it's like the first time I booted it up and was, running through Boletaria, and he was like, hang on just a second. And he got to looking around in my menu and stuff, took me back to Nexus, and he was like, okay, he's like, I know what your problem is. And he explained world tendency to me, and it was just like, I was like, how in the hell are you supposed to know that? He's like, you're not. He's like, they don't explain it. I was like, how did you figure it out? He's like, somebody told me. I was like, well, who told you? It's like we got in this conversation of, the whole thing of how how it was explained to him, and oh my God, it's like, this is over and over and over. And it's like, I have not seen anything different. But Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne, which we'll be streaming that at some point. Elden Ring. And no, they are not all Souls games, although they almost are. And the original God of War on PlayStation 2. And they are remastering all the first three, like they did for PlayStation 3. And that's supposed to come out sometime next year. That's what they announced a couple months ago. And the moment that comes out, I will pick that up and I'll probably be streaming that. Okay. But those would be my top 5 video games. I mean, Elden Ring, I enjoy Elden Ring quite a bit. I mean, with all the work that they put into with all the work that they put into making the open world and everything. I mean, I have beaten Elden Ring once, and technically, by beating it, I do say that. However, the very last boss fight is actually, you are actually having two boss fights because it's one right after the other. And cannot remember the guy's name now. He's America's consort. I don't remember his name. But you fight him first, and basically you cannot take any damage whatsoever. Because if you do, the Elden Beast, which is the second fight, the Elden Beast will wipe the floor with you, and you'll die. And if you die, even if you've beaten, what's his name, the first guy, you have to, it starts you over at the beginning of the first fight, which sucks. And I mean, yeah, I beat him, but I couldn't beat the Elden Beast because basically, if you take any damage whatsoever, because the Elden Beast has like health for days, and it's just like, oh my god, no. Okay. I'm tempted to break a rule just to see what would happen, because I have been basically walking around like this. And walking and walking and walking, and I have not noticed anything at all. I am tempted. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I'm like tempted to break a rule, just to turn around. Well, I mean, he basically, from what I can tell, he's not doing anything weird except, he'll stop over there and he'll look at his cell phone, and he'll stare at his can't talk. He'll stare at his cell phone for a minute, and I've never, waited to see exactly what he would do after that. I always assumed that he would keep walking, but I've always had to go around him because when he stops, I mean, technically you're supposed to continue. But that's a good question. Let's run an experiment. True. And that's about what I'm going to do. Now, if this guy gets all weird on me, because I have just broken a rule. Because you're not supposed to go back. Yeah, he'll stop here and he'll look at his phone. Uh-huh. What you doing, dude? What are you looking at? Oh, there ain't even anything on your phone. Well, I mean, of course, they probably didn't render anything because the possibility of you even actually looking at it was like remote, if not nil. Well, not nil, because here I am. Okay. Are you just gonna look at your phone? And yeah. I mean, everything's the same. No socks. Same bag. Now that's creepy. It's like, are you looking at me or are you looking at the phone? Okay. Okay. All right. Now I feel weird. Everything's kind of off now because he should have been coming around the corner. Actually, I've broken the rule twice. I broke the rule the first time to turn around and follow him, and then broke it again because I changed direction and came back when he stopped. And there he is! Hey! Yeah, okay. So that does answer that question. You're breaking a rule, but from what I can tell, nothing really happens. Yeah, I'm just a rebel. Yeah, I might as well. Can I get to the door? I never tried. No way really to grab onto the doorknob. Look at you! That was kind of rude. Of course, I was kind of rude. I just kind of stood here. Nope. Oh, 4 anomalies have not been found. Really? Maybe there was one that I just didn't see when we turned around earlier. Huh. Okay. Well, down to 4 now. I mean, I do puzzle games. I like puzzle games, but I've never had one like this that just it really is kind of making me wonder. Really kind of making me wonder. Am I missing stuff? Are they just not putting it in? And it kind of makes me wonder, okay, I went from 5 to 4. What was the one that I got and didn't even realize? Yeah. I mean, I was kind of all impressed when we actually beat the game a little bit ago, and I was like, hey, twice, beat the game and didn't even realize it. And now it's just like, not quite sure what that is, actually. Room series? Well, I mean, I just decided to do this evening just because I was a little bored and I liked the game when I got it the other night. And figured it would be a nice little stream for a couple hours. Of course, I'm kind of funny. I'm kind of wondering now, what am I missing? But, I mean, I guess I needed a little bit of a break from Dark Souls 2 because I had been streaming that. Did my 10th video on it last, or was it last? Yeah, it was last night. Yeah, I haven't either. It's like if you could enlighten us on what the Room series is, would really like that. Started as a mobile game, so is it not a mobile game anymore? Yeah, yeah, I do like that. That's like no hints, and they're not trying to make it too easy. I mean, some of them are just like glaringly obvious, and oh, okay. So you can get them all on Steam. I'm tempted to just like run through the entire everything and just like keep running until I've missed enough of them enough times that it starts showing me the really glaringly obvious ones. Because there's a couple of them that I haven't seen tonight. You know, like what I was saying about the diamond patterns on the floor and the two guys standing down here in the middle of the hall and the thing at the end of the hall. It's like up against kind of camouflaged up against the wall and stuff. That was creepy. Because, like, if you really don't notice that, it kind of makes you wonder what exactly would happen if you get all the way down to it. So, let's run another experiment. Yeah, I gotta hold down my circle button in order to run. So, otherwise I'd be turning the camera to turn. Hi! Okay. Say 2 times around was enough. But I just figured that I needed a little break from Dark Souls 2 and figured I would play this a couple hours and see what was going on. Didn't think that I would be going along and have this happen. That I'd get down so close to zero. And 4 hours. But as soon as I finish Dark Souls 2, it's possible, and that could be. I was kind of wondering about that myself, because there's only 4 left. It kind of makes me wonder if the game isn't kind of recycling those and sticking them in. And there's a possibility that they're so subtle, I haven't noticed them. Big possibility. Kind of makes me wonder if there was a flashing light. I did not notice that. And it kind of makes me wonder if somewhere online someone has made a list of all of the anomalies somewhere. But then again, I don't want to go looking for that because, I mean, yeah, I'd be able to tell to finish the game, but it really wouldn't. It's kind of cheating. Which I'm not against, looking stuff up online if you're like stuck forever and it's like, yeah, that's what I was saying. It's kind of like cheating. It's like no real fun in cheating. That I'd rather, actually find them all myself, or, somebody else, noticing them as I'm going through. I mean, I've found this many so far. True. I mean, yeah, if you, have fun by, following a list somewhere or a guide or something. I mean, sometimes, even with games that, I have beaten 1,000 times and, am really good at and really enjoy, like, I mean, perfect example, Dark Souls 2, I'm streaming it right now, I mean, not right this second, but I am, streaming it a couple of times a week, going through the game, and there have been a couple of instances when I've been like totally not really remembering what I was supposed to be doing next at that point and how to get there. And I've had to ask my partner, what am I supposed to be doing? I like totally forgot. And he's had to be like, hey, don't you remember you're supposed to do this or you're supposed to go here? And I've been like, oh, yeah, right, that's right. Yeah. That is true. Please follow the yellow line to exit it. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Okay, good night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying the insanity with us. Time is it? We've been walking around in circles for about 2 hours. 4 hours still. Okay. Now then. Everything looks to be in the right place. 3 doors, 2 vents. Properly placed. Yeah, and you're the way you're supposed to be. Yes, store, let's see. Nope, that's the way it's supposed to look. You mean like walking like this? That's an idea. And considering that nothing seems to be changing. Oh. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Not exactly sure. I mean, except for walking backwards like this. But of course, if you're walking backwards like this, things that come up in front of you, you wouldn't be able to see them. No, it was a good idea. It's just when you see something anomalous, you're supposed to turn around and immediately go the other direction. It's okay. I don't mind the suggestions. Well. Okay, well, the smoking signs are all looking like they're supposed to. Those are all the same. Tended to start taking pictures of things with my phone, and it's like comparing them as I go through. Like, yeah. Down to 4 anomalies that have not been found. It's like, come on. Really? It's like, 4 I haven't found, and you're going to make me keep doing this. Well, I mean, you're not making me keep doing it. I feel like I always turn the PlayStation off, but... yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay, the face is back. I am going to turn around and hope that that was actually an anomaly. Because I saw that before and kind of dismissed it. But I have been looking every time now, and now there are 3 anomalies that have not been found. It was an anomaly. Can you imagine how much time we could have saved if I had just trusted my instinct the first time? But no, I had to go, no, it wasn't. It was just me. It was my brain. Yeah, okay. Which, yes, I understand how I came to that conclusion. But no, it was an anomaly. It was. See? Trust your instincts. If you think it's an anomaly, turn around. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, yeah, there could be a flood coming, but... I mean, from what I can tell, basically, if you screw up, I mean, you get the really scary, weird things going on at the end of the hall, but aside from that, and Those, hey, they're anomalies. You just go the other way. Okay, game. We are down to 3. You still have your cell phone. La 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 la. Yeah, finding that one has given me a little bit of hope. But now, instead of 4 being in the mix, there are only 3. And there's that right at that door, and this is right here. Okay. That's where those are supposed to be. And now it's like, find the last 3 and you can get out. I mean, definitely worth the $4 I paid. But kind of wondering now. It's like you are forever trapped in the concourse. Yes, we're not going to let you out. Sorry for the inconvenience. It's like, really? It's like Okay, we're down to 3. Just 3. 3 little anomalies. God, when we were at 4, it was like bad enough. I think that one was kind of a fluke. And now we are at 3. Starting to wonder if this is going to be as tedious at 3 as it was at 4. Every time. Something just occurred to me. Something just occurred to me. I don't know if this will work. I don't know if this actually will mean anything. But I'm going to do this. 3. We are down to 3. I actually found one. And I am doing something right at the moment just to actually test the theory. Now, you remember the face that I thought I saw on the ceiling? That was actually an anomaly because it popped back up. Okay. I think he has proved my theory. That's kind of what I thought it was, but I mean, it kind of looked like a face. Just to me, it kind of looked like a face. So, when I saw it, after you had gone to go get coffee, I turned around and sure enough, our sign changed from 4 to 3. Now I was trying to see if there was any possibility. See, now we're down to 3. Well, if they were, they'd have to redo it. Because that's the size that they're usually at. I was working out on a theory that if it was at all possible to make it all the way down the hall and that guy not turn the corner about the same time that I do and come walking this way, because that's what he does. That would be an anomaly if that happened, but every time I turn the corner and start running down the hallway, he turns the corner, which is what he's supposed to do. If he ever doesn't do that, which so far he's done it every time, that would be an anomaly. But he doesn't. Everything is the same. Well, yeah. Ow. My fibromyalgia is acting up again. All the time. Every day. I'm surprised they really haven't done hardly, except for poster number 2 and those eyes on the end doing what they did. Those 2 things, they have not done anything else with the posters that I've noticed. And they've done a lot of stuff with them. I just kind of thought that they would keep using them because they're like such a prominent thing, here in the main hallway. Yeah. The doorknobs haven't moved. Still 3. Sign hasn't moved. You still look as happy as ever to be walking down the hallway. Well, for everyone who's still here, I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, about 1:30 in the afternoon, usually for 2 or 3 hours. Right now, I am continuing with Dark Souls 2. I am in Iron Keep, dealing with that nightmare. But I'm not doing bad. It's one of my favorite games, so I'm reasonably good at it. But I will be doing some more farming tomorrow because I don't want to do that on camera because it's boring. Basically, nothing bad really happens if you just turn around, like if you think you see something. Nothing really bad happens except basically it's just they reset everything. You'll go back to 0 and they'll just repeat they'll repeat the same hallways that you'd already seen. I mean, I'll give you an example. I don't mind turning around just for no reason. And we'll just walk around the guy when he stops. Or not, because he walks a little slower than you do. Yeah, it's weird. Well, there was something because now there are only two anomalies. Yeah. And the last time I passed that sign, it said 3, because I'm looking every time. Don't know what it was that changed, but something did. Okay. Yeah, that would be nice. I was kind of thinking the same thing. It kind of sucks that, I mean, it's cool. Yeah, yay. We know that, there was something that was different, but you don't know what it was, so you don't really know what to look for. Yeah, kind of is. What? What about it? Um. uh. Oh, that thing? Oh, you talking about that? Yeah, there's these. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's two. That one is always over that second door, and this one, if you count from the wall forward, you get 1, 2 on the third light. It's always at the end. It's always on this side. So far, I haven't seen that change. It's like one of those things that you count off every time. Yeah, yeah, I've done that. But it's a really cool way that they have done the graphics in here because the surface of the walls and the floor and everything, because of that, they haven't had to put a whole lot of lights in here because the light reflects off of everything. But at the same time, you see it, in squares and rectangles everywhere. 0. Still, I'm going to look up and see what the significance of those numbers are. Because they change, so that obviously it means something. I know it means something about getting closer to the exit, but okay. Gotta pay attention to that because I was just like right past everything. Still 2 anomalies. That had to be just me. Yeah, and the janitorial staff needs to be in here. Clean these floors. Yeah, it probably is. That's what I was thinking. Probably at this point with only 2 of them left, because I mean it's looking like it's these same hallways over and over and over again, and I'm just not seeing anything. But there's only 2 anomalies, so it's like they could put one in, and then for the next hallway, there's always a possibility. It's part of the game. There is a possibility you can walk through a hallway and not see anything because there's nothing to see. It's always possible. They can give you a hallway and not put one in, and everything just be normal, just like it was the very first time you ever walked through. That's a possibility. So I mean, considering there are only 2 anomalies left, and they could just they could be tiny little things that I'm not seeing, you're not seeing. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I could do that again, but I mean, yeah, it was fun the first time, but I have no idea what the anomaly was because it just wasn't expecting, to actually have one. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'd like to know, because I noticed it. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I was expecting everything to just reset. Because that's normally what happens. If you turn around and go the other direction and nothing was different, there were no anomalies, then everything just resets. And all your progress goes back to zero. That's if, you have enough going on that you can actually have progress. At this point, we kind of don't. I mean, if we were to get like one more, if we were to get like one more, then it'd be like the game would like want to, probably set us up at like, the game would want to set us up like level 7, so that, if they stuck the next one in there, that we would get 2 exit 8. But, the way that I'm walking through here and not noticing anything. Not seeing anything. Still 2. Of course, it's going to say that I still have 2 because I haven't turned around. Of course, if there isn't one and I turn around, it's still going to say there's 2. This is kind of like when you're playing Minecraft and you have stuff to do and you really you got to get off the game and you do. A sequel? I didn't know that they had a sequel to this. Yeah, Minecraft, you got things to do and you really should be turning the game off. But, then you're going to have one more brick syndrome where you just, oh yeah, let me do this real quick. Oh yeah, I'll do that real quick. Oh, I was not aware of that. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, if I can find it and it's, yeah, that would kind of suck. But yeah, I will look and see if I can find it. No, I mean, I saw this game talked about, I think, what we were watching. They announced it. I think I wanted to say Game Awards in December. I don't remember if that was it or not. Could be not. But they showed this game, and I was just like, wow, because I like games like this. And then I actually saw the trailer for the movie. I think not, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, something like that. Yeah. Of course, the main character in it actually talks, and you actually see him. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Uh, oh, is he? I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm gonna start going through here a little slower. I mean, yeah. Okay, no smoking sign. It's doors. And he's walking. And he's at the proper height, so that's good. Okay. 8 Dental. DLC Store. Zooey Dog Salon. And I have no idea what that says because everything's in Japanese. Makeup art exhibit. Weed Fest. And the weird eyes. Okay. All the doors are okay. Control panel's the way it's supposed to. I don't think so. From what I can tell, they're all the same. No, I can tell by the way I'm past them. They're all still the same. It's just the way that they are on my screen. Yeah. Well, they are on the bottom. To left. Oh, well. Well, I think probably maybe a time or two more through here, and then I'm going to call it a night. Because it's 1:30 in the morning, and I've been playing for a little more than 3 hours. And, as I said earlier, I haven't eaten all day. I haven't been hungry until now. Yeah, a little bit. I'm in Florida, so it's a little late. And now I'm out of water. Oh. Oh. It's like the sun's still up in Australia right now, isn't it? Or maybe not. Oh. Oh, that's right. Yeah, 'cause it's spring here. Has been spring for almost a month. And of course, in Florida, that just means it's hot. It's always hot here, which is nice. I do like heat. I do like it being warm. But Florida can't make up its mind if it wants to be warm or scorchingly, smolderingly hot. Because, I mean, I live in northern Florida. I live in a little town that's like north central Florida. We're like halfway between Jacksonville and Tampa and Orlando. Because Tampa and Orlando are in the south and Jacksonville's in the north. We're like right in the middle. Well, not quite in the middle. We're like actually closer to Jacksonville. But anyway, being in north central Florida, you'd think it would be cooler. It's not. It's like, yeah, when I moved here in 2019, I thought, oh yeah, hey, great weather, you know, and, you know, we got like a beach on each side of the state. Hey, yeah, it's not that great. It's okay. Yeah, it really can be. But to get out of New England, because I lived in Rhode Island, and Rhode Island is warm for 3 months a year, and that's about it. If even that. Because, like, 2018 and 2019, 2018, the first snow was in November, early November. I wasn't used to that. Because it was just like, it got like god awfully cold. And it was like all through the autumn, it was cold. And you're like having to bundle up anytime you leave the house. And then like it started snowing. You've never seen snow, really? I mean, it snows in Australia, doesn't it? Wow, I did not know that. I always thought that, you know, oh, yeah, well, makes sense. Because I lived in California for a while, and in California, it only snows in the mountains and in like extreme northern California. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, in California during the winter, it rains about every other day for about half an hour and then stops. Okay. Well, guys, I appreciate everybody who has been sharing this with me and yeah, Christmas, I mean, I'm not really one to celebrate Christmas all that much, but it's just like it's weird, seeing Christmas trees and everything. And it just doesn't snow here in Florida. It's just like way too hot all the time. But yeah, Christmas season's always weird here. But I think I want to call this here for tonight because it's just like, yeah, we're not really getting anywhere. And these two anomalies, whatever they are, I mean, I'll figure it out eventually, but just, yeah, I gotta go eat something because I've been going all day and have not eaten anything, and now I'm hungry. So, like I said, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. Eastern Time. Usually for 2 or 3 hours, and then sometimes, like tonight, I might continue streaming what I had been, which was Dark Souls 2, or I do something like this, and this is something I picked up the other day, and having a lot of fun with it. I do enjoy the game, but it's just like I kind of feel like we've been going around in circles for like over an hour, and it's just like I got lucky on one anomaly, and it's just like, ugh. So anyway, thank you guys for watching my stream and trying to make affiliate, and yep, and I will see all you guys hopefully some other time. So bye.